it. Start. There we go. All right. Hopefully it works. If for some reason it doesn't work, go to the first class, okay, the second period class. It's the same exact review, so you could always go to that one. But I think this is going to work. All right, here we go. So number one, you're going to be asked a lot of things with the prefixes, okay? You got to know your prefixes and know your polygons, your different polygons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to name a polygon with a certain number of sides. So just write name a polygon. Name a polygon. And I'm going to give you a certain number of sides, okay? I could give you all kinds of different sides, but I'll give you a certain number of sides. But let's go through the whole list, all right? I'm not going to write it all down, but let's go through the whole list. What's the name of a polygon with 3 sides? Triangle. What about 4 sides? It's not a rectangle. It's a quadrilateral. You cannot say rectangle. Everybody hear me? Okay, if I ask you, name a polygon, or name the polygon with 4 sides, you can't just say rectangle, because not every 4-sided figure is a rectangle, is it? Not every 4-sided figure is a square, correct? Right? So what do you say? What is every 4-sided figure called, though? A quadrilateral. Okay, so if I give you 4, you have to say quadrilateral. Don't say rectangle or square. I'm saying it right now, and I could almost put money on it that somebody's going to write rectangle and square. Okay, what's that? You should. I won't take off. But if it was a quadrilateral, it's quad. Spell quad. Q-U-A-D. And then, right when I start, really? Quadra, R-I, and then lateral. I just said I wasn't going to take off for this. I just got finished saying that I was not going to take off. I know the teacher said it. I said it. Rewind the video. I said I will not take off for the spelling, but you should spell it correctly. That's why I write these things down. Quad, R-I, then lateral, L-A-T-E-R-A-L. It's not that hard. Quad, lateral. Okay? Spell it correctly. I will not take off if you spell it incorrectly, but if it's so crazy looking spelling that I can't even tell what you mean, then I'll mark it off. All right? That's happened before. I've seen words that I've never seen in my life. I'm like, what in the world did they try to spell? And that was it. So I marked it wrong because I had no idea what that word was. All right, so let's keep going. Quadrilateral was what? 4. What about 5? What's that called? Pentagon. 6. Hexagon. 7. Hepta. H-E-P-T-A. Heptagon. 8. Octagon. 9 is nonagon. N-O-N-A. N-O-N-A. Nona, and then gon. G-O-N. All right, it's in the notes. It's in the notes. Okay, the notes when I first taught this thing. Go to section 1.6. This is not a. I'm not teaching it from scratch. Okay. 6 is hexagon. 7 is heptagon. It's in your notes. Go back to the video. I'm not going to repeat all these. What are we on? 8, 9, 10. What's 10? Decagon. And what about 12? Let's jump to 12. Dodecagon. And that's good enough. All right. So know those. I'm going to say 5 sides. And what are you going to tell me? Pentagon. 5 is pentagon. Okay. I could say 7 sides. What's that? Okay, you get the idea. All right. Number 2. I'm going to flip it around. This time, I'm going to give you the name, and I'm going to ask how many sides. Okay? So, it is easy. What if I said octagon? What would your answer be? 8. That's exactly right. Dodecagon. What would your answer be? Dodecagon? 12. How many sides? It's right there. How many sides? Right. So, I'm going to give you a name.
Actually, you actually have to see this class. I probably have to work grade. How many sides?
Everybody ready? All right. It's not going to devolve into this craziness that we just had. You're going to look up here and you're going to pay attention. So the question is, how many sides? I'm going to tell you the name of it. Okay, I'm going to say how many sides does a octagon have? And you say 8. I'm going to say, how many sides does a triangle have? You're going to say 3. I'm going to ask you, how many sides does a heptagon have? You're going to say 7. Okay? Yeah. Number 2, we'll do that. Number 3, I'm going to ask you to sketch a polygon, which means draw. Okay? If you don't know what sketch means, it means to draw a certain polygon. I'm going to give you the name of a polygon. All right? And I don't know, give me a name. Just give me a random polygon. Octagon? Okay, so octagon. I'm going to say draw or sketch an octagon. That's 8. That's right. And that's what you have to know. You got to know it's 8, but you need to draw it. All right? So it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be a regular octagon. What does that mean if it's a regular octagon? All the what? Nah, well, I know what you're thinking, but it's not really. Okay, stop sign. Okay, that's a regular octagon. But what does it mean to be a regular anything? All the what? All the sides have to what? Be equal, and all the what? Sides and what? The angles, right. It's the only other thing that it has. Right, sides and angles have to be equal. It does not have to be that. It can just be any closed figure with 8 sides. Let's just draw it. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. We'll make it. There's 4. There's 5. There's 6. There's 7. And then there's 8. All right? That doesn't look like it's 2 separate ones. But anyway, there's 8 sides. It can be as ugly as that. All right? As long as it's closed and I can see definitively 8 sides. Everybody go to that? All right. So that's what you have to do on number 3. You have to draw it. All right? I'm not saying it's going to be octagon. I probably won't give you like a 12-sided. That'd be too hard to do. But I'll give you a quote, normal one, I guess, to do. Okay, 4 and 5 are kind of similar, but they're going to be 2-parters. So 4 and 5, it's the same question, but I ask you twice. All right? I'm going to give you a picture. All right? So let's do that. I'll give you an example. Again, give me a polygon you like. We just did octagon. Let's don't do octagon. Pentagon? Okay, let's do pentagon. So there's 5 right there. So there's a pentagon, okay? And I'm going to give you a picture. Oops, if I can grab this thing. Come on. I'm trying. There it goes. Okay. There it is right there. All right, it's a pentagon. All right, so what I'm going to ask you is 2 things. I'll call it A and B. And I put blanks here. So the question is, classify the following polygon by its number of sides. So name this according to how many sides it has. So what would I name this thing? It's a pentagon, that's right. All right, so that's part 1, part A. Then I'm going to tell you to tell me whether it is a convex, do you remember that? Or, what's the other word? What? Cave. All right. Convex or concave. All right. For you guys that just came in here, you weren't here when we did this stuff, but I'm going to teach it to you super quick. All right. Watch this. How do I know if it's convex? Well, what you could do is you could take all the sides and extend all the sides, and do any of those extensions, right? When we extend the sides, does it ever go inside the polygon? So if I was to take this side right here and extend it out, will that ever go inside the polygon? No. What about this side? What about any of them? If I extend that, will that ever go inside it? Nope. What about this one? Nope. This one? No. This one? No. So, what do we call this one? It's convex. So that would be convex. I will. I'm going to. Okay? But that would be convex. All right? So look, as long as I extend those sides and none of those sides go inside of here, right? Look, if I went from here to here, am I extending one of the sides? No, I'm not. That's not us, is it? Are you kidding me? Well, here's what you're going to do. So we obviously didn't finish this one, but what I want you to do is to go to YouTube tonight, okay, and look for the first class. They're in red. You guys are green. They're in red, okay? And it says review for quiz. And it's the exact same stuff that I was going to do in here. Everybody got it?
I'm gonna just come together.
Just watch the video. It's all on there. It's all on there. You can't see anybody. You just see this. You've never gone to my videos? All you see is this, and you just hear me. That's it. All right, so go to the video from the first class, okay? And then it's got the whole review on there. All right, enough of that.